Um, this was the head. One particular show that I liked was about Walt Disney, and just basically talking about Walt Disney the man as opposed to Walt Disney sort of the guy who is branded. Walt Disney was a very interesting individual, so you should check that out. It's called You Must Remember This. Uh, the Slash Film Cast by David Chen, Devendra Hardawar, and Jeff Kanata. I've been really listening to this. I like these guys. Um, their shows, their banter is always entertaining. Their I like their reviews, and these guys really know their stuff. So if you want to really hear really good reviews about films, like current films, you should definitely give a listen to the Slash Filmcast. The writers panel um, is a very good one, which I discovered, which is about script writing. Um, that's a very good one. I'm going to kind of breeze through this a little bit, but Script Notes is another podcast where writers get together and discuss various techniques in screenwriting. The Sin Files is a really good one. Um, a really good one here is the WTF with Mark Maron podcast. Mark Maron is a comedian who does these really good interviews. This is the top podcast that you, if anything, if you want to get in a podcast, this is the one you should listen to. This should be should be number one because in this one he's interviewed a lot of people. He at one point interviewed President Obama, and that was a really good interview. That was kind of like the only podcaster who's able to score an interview with the president. He's badass. You should check him out. Another one is the No Film School podcast, which is a podcast about just basically independent filmmakers trying to make it in the business. You should check that one out. And that one, they really talk about VR and just whatever's happening in filmmaking. Um, the Bloodcast is a horror-based podcast. They're really good. Um, there's kind of a limited show, but the Bloodcast eventually turned into Shockwaves. Shockwaves is a very good horror podcast that where they talk about all the latest horror. Rebecca McKendry is hands down the best um, reviewer of horror cinema and recommends really good horror films. Um, so yeah, you should check out Shockwaves. Um, Marvel Movie News is a really good one for obvious reasons because they talk about Marvel. The DC Movie News is a very good one because considering I also have an interest in DC Comics and they're the best DC podcast, about Detective Comics. The Batman, Superman. Um, they're really dope, so you should give them a listen. Um, Another one by KCRW is called The Treatment by Elvis Mitchell. Um, I really like his podcast. He does very good interviews. Elvis Mitchell is originally from Detroit, Michigan, and the most recent interview was with that I really liked with him was with Patty Jenkins, where they kind of have this in-depth discussion about Wonder Woman and you know the history of Wonder Woman, and I think he also has one with James Gunn. But the treatment is a very good one. Um, he's it's kind of like the Actor Studio, um, but he's very good. And another one that I am listening to is called IndieWIRE Screen Talk. Basically, like I say, it's like a sort of a again it's like sort of a CNN for the entertainment industry podcast. So so you should check that one out. And but it's called IndieWIRE Screen Talk. Another one that's not mentioned is called the Double Down Film Show with Pete Chapman and Anthony Artis. That is a good one, and that makes they haven't really done a new podcast since 2013 or something like that. But nevertheless, it's very good. advice on trying to break into the film business, particularly if you're a minority. And there's some people that he interviews, Michael Cherry, um, Issa Rae, back when before they became big. So you should definitely check that out. So yeah, like I say, so thanks for checking out my show. Um, right now, I'm up at 100 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm trying to grow to my next goal is to have 1,000 subscribers. So, um, so in order to do that, I'm gonna, keep putting creative content out there, and I'm gonna keep, you know, building things and certain goals that I have. If you don't know who I am, I'm Robert McTyre. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm looking to, you know, produce my first feature this month. And it's a horror film, and we're looking to, just do big things this year. So yeah, that's about it. So hit subscribe on YouTube. I'm on Instagram at R.McTyre. That's RMCTYRE. And check me out and like and share this. So I really appreciate it. And I'll be seeing you in the movies. Peace.